Hello, my name is Pierre Larraufie. I'm a permanent researcher at Institut Micalis at INRAE and AgroParisTech in France, close to Paris. And I'm also a deputy director of PhD programs at AgroParisTech. My research is mainly focused on gut hormones, so the hormones which are produced in the intestine, and you might know some of them like GLP-1 and GIP, which are two important hormones in regulating insulin secretion and targets in diabetes research. What I'm mostly interested in is how the cells which produce these hormones, which are called enteroendocrine cells, are regulated by microbes, mainly the gut microbiota or microbes coming from the food. My hypothesis is to try to find new targets to stimulate or to modulate these cells using microbial compounds like probiotics or prebiotics. I'm not a physiologist by training. I did my studies in France in one of the grand écoles, what we call École d'ingénieur, which gave me a very general background in maths, computer sciences, physics, biology, chemistry, and so on. And because I was very interested in how human body works, I decided to do my PhD in biology, and more precisely on the link between gut microbiota and the host, and how microbiota can regulate host health. During my PhD, I started to work on enteroendocrine cells, so the cells which produce hormones. And then I decided to do a postdoc in one of the leading labs working on the cells, the lab of Professor Gribble and Professor Rayman in Cambridge in the United Kingdom. And I stayed there for 3 years and a half to really study, to deeply characterize and develop new methods to study enteroendocrine cells. And then I moved back in 2019 in France to my current position. I first met the EASD at a conference during the annual conference in 2018 in Berlin. The EASD annual meeting, when was on the big event, some members of my lab in Cambridge took part, and because Fiona Greibel and Frank Rayman were important people in this field, they always encouraged us to participate and also to develop our network then. I get the opportunity to present my work and to get travel grants to participate. So it was an amazing experience for me. When I discovered this very huge conference, I was very surprised by how big the field of diabetes in Europe was and how we could bring together all researchers, clinicians, pharmaceutical companies to try to find new solutions to better take care of diabetes. Joining the EASD was a very important thing for me at the start to help me to attend the conference in reality, because you get a discount fare and you can access to these mobility grants when you want to participate and present your work. So for me, it was very nice to first meet the EASD and get these grants. And then now it's even more important as I'm part of the EASD Academy, which I was very honored to participate in the development with a group of fellow researchers and clinicians across Europe. It gave me the opportunity to meet with more people, to develop my international network, and hopefully to provide new opportunities, new activities for early career researchers. And I hope you will be able also to join the Academy and participate in some of these activities at some point. So in addition to the travel grant, I get to attend my first EASD meeting in 2018. I was awarded a Rising Star in 2020, which was a very great honor for me and a recognition of my previous work. And unfortunately, it was in 2020, so it means I had to present online, and I didn't have a great opportunity to network during the annual event to present my work. But it also provided me some funds to help me to start my research as an independent researcher in France. And I was very happy because it gave me some money to start some crazy ideas I had at the time. And I hope I will get it published very soon about it. So it was a great benefit for me to get the trust to start this thing, and a nice recognition to add on my CV as a line on my CV. It's always nice to have this kind of awards for yourself. About my career, I say there are many important moments, and I hope any career is made of all these kind of moments. One very crucial one was about when I decided to join the Cambridge lab, the Professor Greibel and Rayman's lab in Cambridge to do my postdoc. I was in my last year of my PhD, and I was thinking, where should I do my postdoc? And I took the opportunity to participate in a conference in Cambridge to ask Fiona and Frank if I could visit them. And I was very lucky and happy that they took almost half a day to discuss with me, to present me their lab and the lab members. And therefore, I could decide, and based on this discussion, even if I didn't publish on the field yet, to join the lab. And I was very happy about the trust they gave me about participating and doing my research with them. And I think both Fiona Gribble and Frank Riemann are very inspirational for me. And I really enjoyed working with them and learned a lot about what they do. I think one of the key messages they learned me, and that was very important, is about the way they do research. They didn't look for very new or trendy research. They rather try to focus on sound science, trying to make reproducible science and making step-by-step advances in understanding how the physiology of gut hormones is working in the body. And I think one of the key messages, and I try to keep it in mind all the time when I'm doing my research, is not how big the journal you publish in, it's rather how cited you are and how you get your recognition, because people trust your science. And I think it's a very important message to keep in mind, is to make trustworthy science and reproducible science.